Rachel from Vachil Beads and Jewellery. I'm in my shop as always, and probably in about 5 or 10 minutes you'll start hearing lots of noise because I'm right opposite a children's play area. Now this is a gemstone donut, so what we're going to start with first of all is by doing an adjustable knot. I've got two ends together and the middle together. I'm going to push through the donut till you've got a loop, and then I'm going to push both ends through that loop to make the adjustable knot. Okay, so like train tracks, there's the pendant, those lay side by side, so we're going to bring that, if I bring it into the light, so this goes under and over. You see that? So that's the middle one going through. There's my tail. You do need a bit to work with here, and I'm going to wrap that tail around both cords twice. And then I'm going to push that. You see that? Push that through the knot and pull. Oops. And just tighten that up. You can trim off any loose ends. Okay, so that's one side. I find it easier to just flip it over and to do it the same side because I'm right-handed. So again, you've got both of them side by side. This one I'm going to bring underneath the other one and over the top. So let me show you again. Underneath and over the top. Let's get a close-up on that. So you've just wrapped it round this one to form a loop, and then I'm going to go round once, twice, bring it over the top and through that loop. I would just trim off those ends, but make sure you're happy with that, so that, and you can adapt this to bracelets, and this is I think it's 2mm thick leather that I'm working from. Crack on and show you. So these are the ribbon ends that I'm using. So you can see they've got a little hole the one end, and that's where you actually put the jump ring through at the end to make the final clasps. So this is a camel coloured faux suede. So this bit here goes towards the top, and then I'm going to push that in and just trap it underneath my nail, like so. So just to show you, the bit there is where the hole is. I use flat nose pliers, so what I do is I fold one side first and just go along with your flat nose pliers. So you've got one side done and you've got one side left. So you've got your ribbon end on there, and you would do the same the other side. And this is a jump ring which has got a slit. So I pop my flat nose pliers in my left hand. You'd reverse this if you're left-handed, I'm right-handed. And the join point up to the ceiling, chain nose pliers in the right, and just do a little twist. You don't need any large movements. You don't go that side, it's just like a pedaling action. So you pop that on the circle at the end, and then you pop a little lobster clasp, and then you can almost hear it click. Then you return it to its original position, and then you do the same the other end, and you could do an extender clasp. I'll show you how I've done this one. I think that's always quite nice as well, especially if you're doing a gift for someone and you're not quite sure what their preferred length is. So I've just cut a length of chain, added a jump ring, and I've just got some of these little flower charms with memory wire. Now, just a reminder, this was your memory wire. It's almost difficult to believe that that is memory wire. If I get a close-up, can you see what I've done is I've added size 11's Mayuki silver lined seed beads on that. So you'd have cut a coil of memory wire. You might even need a bit less than that, and I'd thoroughly recommend you use these memory wire cutters. They're absolutely brilliant. The reason being is if you use your normal pliers for cutting these, unfortunately it will ruin them because it's quite thick. Round nose pliers, end of your memory wire. It doesn't really matter if you turn it out or in, so I position it about 1 centimetre from the end of the tip and turn. Because you'd thread your beads on, thread your pendant on before you finish, do a little size check beforehand, and then cut it down accordingly, and then to finish you turn a loop the other side. So if you imagine you've got your beads on there, there's nothing stopping you from actually keeping it plain. So again, this is a little gold jump ring. I'd recommend adding a jump ring rather than using the end loops because it gives it a bit more movement. So okay, and then you'd add a jump ring the other end as well. And that's how you form the end. Flat memory wire. Now with the flat memory wire, it has a flat surface. You can see that, unlike the other one, if you look at this one, it's quite thin. So there's quite a big difference between them. Now, I quite like the flat memory wire because what you can do is you can actually weave beads over the top with wire. This is one that I've done before. So this is less than a circle really of flat memory wire. Again, make sure you use your memory wire cutters. I've used 0.4mm wire, and can you see I've just wrapped a 4mm bead all the way around. So where you've got that flat surface, it allows you to have beads that sit on the top. Now for the clasp, I've just done an eye pin, made a big loop, so you've got a clasp at the end. So you turn a slightly raised loop at one side and a flat loop at the other. That's an eye pin where you've got a loop formed at one end, so you'd pop your beads on there and you'd form a loop and cut it down the other end. Cone ends are another fantastic way of finishing off your jewellery. This is one that I've part done for you. So cone ends, these are the cones. They've got a large hole one side, a small hole the other side. So I would use tiger tail on this. I've used sort of an illusion cord. I've actually attached each strand with a crimp bead. So I've just literally crimped each one on separately. And by the way, the eye pin, just to show you, the eye pin you can open similar to a jump ring. If you need to, you can just twist it. Okay, large hole down like so. And what we're going to do now is we're going to cut about 1 centimetre from the end, turn a 90-degree angle or thereabouts, and then with your round nose pliers turn it back to form a loop. And then you can open that up like so. So just gently push it open on so much for tuning in. Any feedback, if you've got any feedback, anything in particular you'd like to see, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks ever so much now. See you soon. Bye.